Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Back to the vlog. Why am I happy this morning? I gotta drive 2 hours to work. Well, for work. But I get to talk to you guys, so I'm always gonna be this happy. You know me. So I'm gonna get right into this. So, about a couple videos ago, I did a video called why I chose the Genesis Coupe over the 350Z. And naturally, I got some not too happy people, 350Z owners, commenting, you know, telling me I was wrong or the Genesis Coupe is a piece of shit or whatever. But, you know, and, you know, when I go back and watch the video, I can kind of see where I may have made the Genesis Coupe sound perfect. No, I didn't. But, you know, I wanted to, this isn't necessarily, or this isn't even a retraction on why I chose the Genesis Coupe over the 350Z, because I would still choose the Genesis Coupe over the 350Z. It's just, I wanted to put this one out, this video out, because I keep seeing, you know, people asking, well, hey, I just bought a Genesis Coupe, or I own a Genesis Coupe and I want to start doing stuff, you know, aftermarket stuff. What are some of the things I need to look out for as far as issues with the Genesis Coupe? And since I've owned this Genesis Coupe going on 4 years now, I think I can tell you some of the issues that I've encountered with my Genesis Coupe.
Well, all right, shut up, bitch. You're gonna learn today.
As most of you know, the Genesis Coupe was Hyundai's first real attempt at a sports car. Oh God, I love this car. And you know, there's sort of an argument in the Hyundai community, if you want to, or KDM community, that no, it wasn't. It was the Tiburon. So I'll just amend that statement by saying it was Hyundai's first attempt, real attempt at a rear-wheel drive sports car, just to keep the Tiburon owners happy. To be quite honest with you, when I first heard that Hyundai was going to do a rear-wheel drive car, sports car, I did what everybody else did, which was laugh. And of course, I, like a lot of people, you know, kept it on the, you know, back burner of my mind, because I was curious on what the car would look like. And when I first saw the concept and then it come to reality, I was very impressed with what it looked like. Then of course there was when they said they were going to do have two engine options, one of them being a 2-liter turbo for the aftermarket, I was sold. Long story short, after a couple years, got rid of my SRT4, bought a Genesis Coupe. So anyway, let's get into really the real reason of this video. So I've owned this car for about 4 years now, and I've run into some issues over time that, you know, people have been just asking about in general as far as what they should look out for. So I'm going to tell you exactly what you should look out for with this car if you own one or you were planning on owning one. First, the steering wheel. I don't know if you can notice it now or see my hand shaking. No, that's not me shaking it. I had to slow down. For some reason, between 60 and 80 miles an hour, the steering wheel shakes. I've done everything. I've changed hub rings. When I had the stock rims on, it was still doing it. I thought I had a bent rim. I put the new wheels on. It was still doing it. I put hub rings on. It still does it. So just, I don't know what it is, but the steering wheel will shake between 60 and 80 miles an hour, and then it just kind of calms down or evens out for some reason and stops shaking. It's weird. I don't know what it is, but I've just gotten used to it over time. So that's number one, okay? Number two, and obviously since I'm driving the car, hopefully you guys can hear this. So listen. 1, 2, 3. You heard that? Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Okay, So anyway, what that was that was fifth gear. It's always done that, where it's just, you hear that it grinds. Not bad at all. It just, if you try to go into fifth gear too fast, it grinds. So watch. If I go into slow, watch this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it did it there too. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. But so I've heard second gear and fifth gear will do that. It depends on the car. Sometimes it's second, sometimes it's fifth. So that's something else you need to look out for. So that is the transmission, second gear or fifth gear, at least from what I heard, grinds all the time, no matter what you do. So, and I've changed tranny fluid. I did the diff, not the diff, the tranny mount and things like that. So that's another thing you should look out for. Another thing, if you do not have push start, which I've heard push start has issues as well, but if you have to use your key to start the car, sometimes, and this isn't just a Genesis Coupe thing, apparently this is a Hyundai thing, sometimes what'll happen is when you lock your steering wheel and then you go to, basically unlock it and try to start the car, you can't get the key to turn, which sucks. There were times where it would take me 10-15 minutes to get the key to turn. The way I actually remedied that is every 3 or 4 months or so, I actually will spray some WD-40 into the ignition, and basically for some unknown reason, well, not unknown reason, but it lubes it up and it allows the key to turn. So just look out for that. It's really, really weird, and I don't know why Hyundai's never tried to work on that unless their answer was the push start. But again, I've heard there are some issues with the push start, but I don't own one, so I couldn't really necessarily tell you what they are. But I'll research it for you if you like. So let's revisit the transmission for a second. And it's not necessarily the transmission more than it's the stock dual mass flywheel. And what tends to happen, and most people always get it confused, always think it's the clutch. The bearing on the dual mass flywheel can wear away, and what happens is you feel like your clutch gets all squishy and you have to go all the way to the floor just to change gears. Well, like this, or well, this is what it looks like. And basically what happens is, because Hyundai didn't do a great job balancing the motors, that ring tends to wear away, and again, it feels like it's a clutch issue when it's the flywheel. So look out for that. Okay, so let's talk mounts for a second, and more specifically the tranny mount and the differential mounts. So with the tranny mount, if you wanted to take a look at this video right here, the tranny mount is kind of flimsy. Well, not kind of, it is flimsy. And it doesn't offer great support. The engine twists, and it twists because this mount is, and it twists everything, but it's because this mount is shaped like a W and doesn't have anything really supporting it at the top. So it does tend to wear fast. So what I did, obviously, if you took a look at that video, to remedy that, I bought the Megan Racing tranny mount, and it definitely made a big difference in everything. So if you own a Genesis Coupe, and it's very easy to change, it takes like 10 minutes literally. And I time myself. So if you're looking to change that, Megan Racing makes a great transmission mount for the Genesis Coupe. The other mounts, the differential mounts, now those tend to wear away too. They're weak, they're not a great mount, and there's only 3 of them. Even though there's a spot for a 4th, Hyundai only, for some reason, put 3 tranny mounts in. And what tends to happen, because you've got a tranny mount that sucks, and the differential mount, one of the differential mounts is missing, everything twists, and that can cause issues down the road, such as, I don't know, a mount wearing away and your differential eventually just dropping, which has happened to some people apparently. So, you know, if you own a Genesis Coupe and there's a fourth differential mount, more than likely somebody, the previous owner, put it in. So make sure to watch out for that. I did buy the ISR mounts, and they have the 4th one, so that'll eventually go onto my Genesis Coupe as well. So just watch out for that video, because I'm gonna do a how-to on that. All right, guys. So up next, the other issue I ran into, and if you want to take a look at this video, it's the oil inlet line or tube, whatever you want to call it, that goes to the turbo. Apparently, and I found this out about a week and a half ago, it eventually wears and causes an oil leak. And for a while, most people don't even know what it is, but it's usually that line, and it's actually pretty easy to change once you get it and figure out where that oil leak is coming from. But you definitely want to look out for any oil leaks under this car, because it's almost certainly going to be that line that goes from the turbo and leads to just above the oil filter. So just look out for that. All right, guys, so we're almost done. Another thing you got to look out for, and it's not anything that breaks the car or anything like that, but it just sucks, is traction control is very, very intrusive. And if you don't drive with the car, if you don't drive the car with traction control off, if you run over a dry leaf in the summertime or go over a bump, traction control is gonna kick in, and it cuts power for like 3 to 5 seconds, which sucks ass. So, I mean, again, it's not a mechanical thing, it just sucks in general, the traction control. So before I go on with the last issue, I just want to say that Hyundai did a pretty good job with this car for their first attempt. Now, obviously, as I've pointed out, there are some issues, but considering the way that Hyundai is /Kia is /Genesis is going, it looks like they're headed in the right direction, to be quite honest with you. If you take a look at their N brand that's coming out, more namely the Hyundai i30N. Oh, you haven't seen it? Take a look at this. This car is awesome. There's the Genesis Coupe concept that'll be coming out, I think, under the Genesis brand. So I don't know how much that's going to cost, but apparently it's going to be trying to compete with the likes of Porsche and Lamborghini. Hyundai, good luck with that. We'll see, but this is it right here if you haven't seen it. Anything close to that, I want it, but I will not get rid of this car. I'm gonna add to my car collection. Currently that stands at a Genesis Coupe, but I'm not gonna get rid of this car because I love this car. Plus, I want to see how far I can take it with this car and the 2-liter motor that's in it from Hyundai. So that's where I'm just not getting rid of this car. I love it. Deal with it. Okay, so last but not least, with the issues that the Genesis Coupe has, and it seems like everyone has this last issue. The last issue is these cars have rev hang. And rev hang basically is when your RPMs just hang there. Even when you take your foot off the gas, they'll hang there for a few seconds and then eventually drop. Or what happened with me was, oh, sorry, cop, Popo, one time, 5-0. Oh, you want to see? I'm not lying to you. Look, see, look, right there. Yep, one time. Ha ha ha! You got caught. Anyway, rev hang. God, sun's in my eye. Anyway, rev hang. So mine got so bad, it was to the point where I would be driving and take my foot off the gas for a second, and my RPMs were still going up, and I would have to push in the clutch almost to get it to like realize where it was, or literally while the car was still rolling, turn the car off and then turn the car back on. So the way that was actually fixed was when I got the BTR tune, and I think SFR does the same thing, but it fixes the rev hang, and it seems like the rev hang has something to do with the drive-by-wire system. And if you don't know, with this car, the computer controls your throttle position. And so these cars, if you own the car and you push the foot and you push the gas pedal all the way down and you're going, you're like, okay, throttle's wide open, I'm going. Your throttle body actually only opens as wide as 80%. That's what the computer is told. Limit it to only 80%. What the tune does is it tells the computer, no, 1-to-1. If you're at 1%, if you push the pedal down 1%, you're at 1%. If you're at 50%, you're at 50%. If you're at 100%, you're at 100%. That's what the tune, the BTR and SFR tune do. So those are the things that you should definitely look out for with this car. Let me know what you guys think about that list. I'm sorry if I was long-winded. I'm driving anyway, but you know, I just wanted to, you know, give you guys that list and things like that, and also to let you guys know, and yes, those 350Z owners who got bent out of shape, the Genesis Coupe is not a perfect car.
10 miles, but take exit 13A to merge onto I-95 north toward Boston.
Thanks, Siri. Thanks a lot. It's not a perfect car, but Hyundai's really working to make their cars compete and be as good as they can be. Join the army. So again, let me know what you guys think about this video. Definitely like, share, comment, subscribe. The channel is growing. I noticed it. I finally hit 150 subscribers. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for listening in to me and continuing to come back. I really appreciate it. I'm only gonna be successful because of you guys and people like you who join and want to hear what I have to say. So until next time, like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, the channel's growing. Thank you very much, and make no limitation your only limitation, like Hyundai did.